Uh, I am excited for today's meditation because it is about working through transitory phases in our lives. And much of my life has been a transitory phase. But I think that's true for most of us. We're constantly shifting and evolving into newer versions of ourselves, and it can be difficult to make those choices and steps, and sometimes the direction we end up going in may not be the direction that we wanted to go in the first place. So yeah, I think I've been working a lot about thinking a lot about like how much can I control in life, and like how much effort is the right amount of effort to put in, and how much is too much. Try to find that balance. Um, and yeah, just thinking about mm, gaining the most from a transition phase, because I think in the past I have always wanted to get through that part of the process as fast as possible, and get to the other side and then like start doing things on that side, uh, instead of just really sitting with um, yeah, I guess for me it feels much more uncomfortable to be in a transition phase because it's not one or the other. It's kind of a gray area, and I really don't like dealing with gray areas. Um, but I've been working on that. I'm working on it. Anywho, so that's what today's meditation is going to be about, and I was very pleased to see a little Seven of Pentacles action coming in. Look how pretty this is. It's so yellow. Look at the sunflowers. Not my favorite flower, but it's definitely it makes me happy. I love a good sunflower. Um, and yellow is a great color. Anywho, um, the Seven of Pentacles stands for like it's like you've planted the, I think it's like supposed to be like you've planted the seeds and you're like getting ready to harvest, and you're like it's like a period of evaluation, which is how I think of transition periods now. It's like a time to reflect and be like, okay, what did I learn from that? What am I taking away from it? Kind of leaving whatever sense of loss or grief or sadness in that time and moving forward and getting ready to reap the harvest and be like, okay, we did a lot of hard work, and kind of preparing to enjoy that as well. So I like that energy. So yeah, we'll dive in here to a little meditation. And as usual, I will ring the bell to let us in, and then at the very end, I will say a little Sanskrit shloka and explain what it means. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this. All right. You can get into a nice seated position here, comfortable. If you're on a chair with your feet flat on the ground, your hands can be on the tops of your thighs. If you're on the ground, you can be seated cross-legged with your hands over your knees, nice grounded position. And we can start off here with 3 big breaths. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. All right, so now we can settle in here. Yeah, we can just breathe easy, whatever feels comfortable. You don't have to breathe deep or quickly, just whatever comes naturally. For about a minute, just breathe in through the nose and exhale through the nose. if you're also in a period of transition, you can, kind of use that as your anchor point. But if you're not currently in that phase, you can think back to the most recent time that you went through a pretty major life transition, and that could be, moving jobs, moving your living locations, pursuing education. It can even be transitions such as entering into a new friendship or a relationship or something major that sort of shifted a lot of the ways you thought about yourself. So you want to go back to that time, or if you're in that current time, just sort of bring that to mind. And I want you to actually think about the version of you before that transition happened and bring that version of you to mind. How is that person dressing? How are you dressing back then? Or how are you moving about the world? What was your general mood? What was, what were you thinking about at that time before the transition happened? What were you worried about? What were you trying to learn, figure out? And you can give that version of yourself a big old hug. Because you had no idea how the transition was coming. Give her a hug. And I want you to tell your older version what happened. What was that transition point? How did it unfold? How did it feel like when it was happening? Was it what you expected? Was it something completely different? Were you scared? Was it what you wished for? So tell your older version what happened. Now, it's like most of life, some parts of you got resolved during that transition, and some of you probably didn't get resolved. Um, but we can share in the happiness of what did get addressed, and take strength and be brave to continue to tackle what remains unresolved. And just hear what your older self has to say about that transition and the way it unfolded and how it felt. Are they excited, happy for you? Maybe they're sad about the way things ended up, or fearful. You can just give them another big old hug. Because they're with you. They are with you through this transition and to the other side and onwards. And you can even put your hand on your heart. Just feel the love. And And you can tell this older version, now that you're on the other side of the transition, what are you afraid of? What are you looking forward to? What are you hopeful for? What are you worried about? And maybe your older version will hug you and put a hand on your shoulder. That's nice. And regardless of the transition and whether it was, a net positive, a net negative, how it all ended up turning out, you're here. And your older version of yourself is here. And all the older versions of yourselves are here. So we can celebrate the forward movement. So I'm going to open up some Italian soda because I'm sober now. Maybe you pop some champagne. have a nice little celebration for this time of transition. And again, just feel the love that you carry within you. It is good to be alive. It's great. Even when it's hard, it's pretty great. All right. Hug your older version goodbye for now. I am shaking my older version's hand. Good job, we did it. Good doing business with you. And you return to yourself in the present. And to close the practice, we'll just do 3 big breaths again. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And I will go ahead and close out this practice. Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasuma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amratam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. All right, wiggle your fingers and toes. Slowly drift open your eyes. I love working with older versions of myself. It is one of my favorite things, and I learned it through therapy. There's a lot of inner child therapy where you kind of go back to specific moments of trauma and talk to the version of yourself that dealt with that trauma and kind of feel the feelings again and try to address them and resolve them so you don't feel that way, and you provide whatever love and care that you did not receive in that time of need to yourself. So that's where I learned that particular technique, but it is really useful in meditation too, and really honoring sort of your journey and where you've come from, and bringing those versions along with you as you continue to progress. It's just very good company because nobody's going to understand you like the older versions of yourself. Nobody. So it's nice. They're good company to keep. So yeah, transition times. They can be tough, but there's also a lot of really good things. So I hope that meditation was helpful. And the Sanskritam shloka that I said at the end was you say Om at the beginning because that's the universal sound that Hindus and Buddhists believe started the universe and will end the universe. So it's just kind of like an invocation of that through line that connects all of us. And then you say Asatoma Satkamaya, which is from untruth to truth may I go. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, which means from darkness to light may I go. And then Mrityovma Amradam Gamaya, which means from, I kind of am feeling like it's more like petrification today. Like a petrification. Yeah, that's the word. Petrification, from petrification to Amradam Gamaya. What I think of Amrita, which is like nectar, like flowing. So from petrification to flowing may I go. And then you say Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti at the end. And Shanti means peace. Peace for yourself, peace for those that you love, and peace for the whole world. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy that. I hope you have a lovely, beautiful day. It's getting dark later, so that's nice. And I'll see you at the next one. Bye.